this point of emergency, priorities are food aid, temporary shelter, and water treatment. And Al-Imdaad Foundation is working with partners to address the crisis and respond as per need. Joining me online this morning is Qari Ziyaad Patel from the Al-Imdaad Foundation. Assalamu alaikum, Qari Saab. Welcome to the program.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair, my beloved brother. And it's good to hear a new voice on Salam Media. May Allah will take you all from strength to strength, inshallah.
Ameen. Thanks for the compliment, Qari Saab. Now, what is the situation like in Sudan at the moment?
First and foremost, we must understand that Sudan is already a very impoverished country. Alhamdulillah, we have been to this country in the past, and the people are very, very simple. People live in a very, very simple manner. Poverty is basically the name of the day. That's what I can basically sum it up. It's tough. Life is very, 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 very tough in Sudan. So when you get a disaster like this, where at least 16 states out of 18 states are having flooding, so virtually, basically the entire country is under water. The entire country is suffering from flooding. That means at least a major part of the population is also affected. And when a large part of the population is affected, an impoverished part of the population is suffering, then only you or I can understand how serious the situation is. Hence, we that live on the African continent, we felt that it is only correct of us to respond immediately. These are also our Muslim brothers and sisters, and we had to do something. And alhamdulillah, the Al-Imdaad Foundation had taken a decision to respond to the Sudan flood.
Mm-hmm. Qari Saab, I do understand that at this point in time, the priorities lie in food and temporary shelter. And what else is Al-Imdaad providing for the victims of the flood?
Well, besides the temporary shelter, etc., we have to look at this. We are firstly providing an emergency relief kit. That's the first thing. The emergency relief aid will comprise of food hampers. We are providing hygiene kits, and we're providing mosquito nets and blankets. This package basically comprises something just to get people through for the day. And inshallah, as we progress, we will assess the medium to long-term needs, and thereafter take a decision how best we can further assist the people that have been affected by the floods. It's not normal. It's not normal to hear of floods in Sudan. The River Nile is a mighty river, but it just says to us how the world is changing so rapidly. Global warming, etc., is having an adverse effect on different parts of the world. It's the first time, I think, in my life that we've heard there has been such severe flooding in northern Africa, and especially in Sudan. So the world is changing, and we as disaster or emergency relief organizations, we also need to change and adapt to become more equipped, and we also need to become more resilient to deal with these challenges and these disasters going forward, because we have to assist people, we need to help people. And it's a wake-up call for us as well.
Definitely.
There's a lot happening on the African continent, and we that live on the African continent, it's our responsibility to wake up, serve, and help them and assist.
A final question, Qari Saab. How can people get involved and contribute towards Al-Imdaad's Foundation Sudan Emergency Relief?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to log on to website www.alimdaad.com. You'll find our banking details on there. You're more than welcome to call the call center on 0861 786 243. Alhamdulillah, right now we are already providing emergency relief. Please support this initiative. It's very, very, very important to extend our humanitarian hand and heart to people in distress. These are our Muslim brothers and sisters, our fellow African brothers. Everyone speaks about Ubuntu. Let's make it happen. Let's assist them. Let's help them. Al-Imdaad Foundation is already assisting. So we're making a humble appeal. Let's help them together. They've been working together. There's no limits to what we can achieve. So yes, that's the website, www.alimdaad.com, or you can follow any of our social media platforms and portals, and you will be updated on a daily basis as to the various works of the Al-Imdaad Foundation and the various activities of what Al-Imdaad Foundation is doing across the globe.
Certainly. I do thank you for your time this morning, Qari Saab. Jazakallah, and thank you for your time. Thank you for your service to humanity. You go well. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That was Qari Ziyaad Patel of the Al-Imdaad Foundation talking about Al-Imdaad's Sudan emergency relief. This comes after the floods. You can, of course, contribute towards the emergency relief by going on their website at www.alimdaad.com. Alternatively, you can contact them on 0861 786 243, and more details can be obtained on the social media platforms.
After 9 years of suffering, the pain in Syria continues. Violence and conflict has escalated once again, leaving hundreds of thousands displaced and 3 million at risk in Syria's Idlib province. Families are fleeing in the bitter chill and freezing rains of winter, with no food to eat and no shelter to sleep in. Help the Al-Imdaad Foundation